plata o plomo.
Alright guys, welcome to another video here at Full Blown Performance. Today we got a few cars we are working on. So we got this 2019 F-150. This is the vehicle you guys saw Carlos putting the oil pump gears as well as crankshaft gears in. We got the Whipple on, so we're just going to put a tune in this and then we'll be able to get this started and see how it goes. We also have this other F-150. This is F-150 that a customer brought us a Mustang kit. We made it all work. We needed to get some brackets, but we have it installed already. We're just waiting on intake. He did want to get a catch can. We upgraded the pump in the tank, and right now we currently have Juan putting the booster pump on it. So this should be hitting the dyno soon. We have a Hellcat here. This vehicle came in for a retune, so we have that going on now. It's a Whipple supercharged cat. As well as over here we have a Wrangler Sahara. We got Ben putting on a Sprint Tech supercharger on it at the moment. So we'll probably have this done later today and we'll get it fired up, and then we'll put this on the dyno. Right next to us we have Carlos. He is working on a WK1. This WK1 came in for some head gasket jobs. There was some overheating going on, so we replaced the head gaskets. So we already put the Pro Charger. Carlos, ¿qué te falta para este?
Nada, ya ahorita lo que me falta es puro conectar abajo los escapes, conectar un max sensor del escape también y cambiar el aceite y ya, prenderla.
So
escuchar el Pro Charger cómo suena.
So he's saying that all he needs to do is go ahead and connect the exhaust and put the oxygen sensors in, and then go ahead and turn it on and see what the Pro Charger sounds like. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we also have this scat pack. This scat pack came into us. Customer stated that the vehicle was not turning on. This is the scat pack that you guys saw Alex working on. There was no compression on cylinder 3. So we went ahead and, we went ahead and took off the heads for the vehicle, and we did find no damage, thankfully, to the customer. No damage on the pistons or the actual block itself. The damage was in the valve springs. So we went ahead and let the customer know to upgrade the springs to our Beehive springs, 1511s that we use. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, guys. So we got this Sahara here. This Jeep. This is equipped with the 3.6 Pentastar V6 motor. So we just put the Sprint Techs in. The customer supplied. Ben has put it in. He already has everything done. Ben, what else do you got to get done on it for it to turn on?
So for now, it's pretty much done, bro. So I'm just finishing up routing the coolant lines for the blower, and add some coolant, make sure everything's, or double check the work again, and then make sure everything's top notch, and then we're gonna be able to start it then. So yeah, what's your take on this, bro? What do you think it's gonna make?
I've never seen a 3.6 with this blower on it specifically.
It's a blower too, bro.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but
probably like a 20 wheel. No, I'm just kidding. Probably like give or take, right?
Somewhere yeah, but I'm sure the torque in the bit is gonna be better than being stock. So for sure. So
definitely.
So we'll go ahead and see what that makes.
For sure. Keep you guys posted and see you guys at the dyno.
Yes, sir.
Háblame.
We're back.
Dímelo.
¿Ya lo va a prender o?
Sí, ya lo voy a prender. Estoy esperando un filtro de aceite para darle gas, papá.
Okay, so we're just waiting on the oil filter to go ahead and put that on, and then he'll turn it on. So we'll see. We'll get some sound clips of that, see how that goes. And then we have the Challenger Hellcat here on the dyno that Alex is currently getting dialed in. So we'll have that on the dyno now. They just did a full pull on it. Yeah, we're not going to post any of those numbers. And then we have Juan. He's doing the booster pump for this F-150. And then we got the TRX getting the window replaced. All right, guys, so right behind me, we got this 2021 Ram 1500 TRX. Unfortunately, theft was attempted on the vehicle. The back window was broken. Fortunately for the customer, they did have the IGLA anti-theft system on there installed by us, so the vehicle was not able to be stolen. Only consequence was broken window. So thankfully, the customer spent money with us here on the IGLA, and he's lucky to have his truck here with him as well. So this is something we like to stress on our customers is IGLA, and install it. Camaro, Dodge, Charger, Challenger, Trackhawk, Hellcat, TRX, whatever it is. If it's a very high performance vehicle, we recommend the system at no cost. No thinking about it. Something you need to get installed. It's something you shouldn't think about. It's going to give you that peace of mind. Like I said, if it wasn't for this system, this vehicle would not be here today. So the customer brought it into us to just make sure all the wires are good, make sure that the IGLA is working properly, as well as repair the window for him. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll send it back to the customer. Yeah, so get your IGLAs. The billet motor. All this smoke is obviously from the new gaskets. It's a brand new motor. So we got this on right now. We're going to go ahead and put a tune file in it. We're going to start the bleeding process to make sure all the coolant's in there bled properly for the supercharger and for the engine. So we got this on. Pretty exciting stuff here. We're on FaceTime here with Alex with the customer. So it's pretty excited. All right, guys, welcome back to the vlog here, Full Blown Performance. I got to start the vlog this way just because we've been a little busy today, so we haven't had time to get some footage. But I'm going to be recording this Jeep SRT that came into us, no compression in cylinder 1. We deemed it to be a bad valve spring that was broken, as well as a valve on the head. So we went ahead and fixed that. This is a stock vehicle, so nothing crazy. We fixed that, and we're on the test drive right now. So yeah, we went ahead and replaced that spring with the valve, and we put new cylinder head gaskets. This was at the dealer before. The dealer couldn't tell the customer what was wrong with it. The vehicle also, before we deemed that, it came in completely in a not a limp mode, but there was no power to the interior, radio, nothing, no power at all. So we had Alex diagnosing that. It looked like there was some rodent activity while it was sitting, so we had to fix that. That's good to go now. So the vehicle's driving fine, has fresh oil, fresh plugs. So we also painted the calipers on here. Customer wanted to do like a Dodger blue, so we did that. It's like a sparkly Dodger blue. In the sun, you can definitely see the color pop. He wanted to do the FPP logo on it. So that's something we're doing here as well, as mentioned in the previous video, is custom caliper painting. So I'm just gonna take this for a drive, make sure we're good before the customer picks up, make sure our temperatures are good. We don't want any overheating, anything like that. Make sure the system's bled correctly. Just make sure everything's good before he takes it home. That's pretty much what we do here with every vehicle. So we want to make sure that they're 100% before we turn them back into our customer. So we'll pick up this video back at the shop. All right, guys, so we're gonna check to see if there's any vacuum leak. I feel like there's an idle dip. Like I said, this vehicle is stock, so we're just gonna make sure that we're good.
We need to take off this
intake. All right, guys, so there was no leak, so we did the smoke test. There doesn't seem to be a vacuum leak there, so we'll go ahead and put our laptop to it. Like I said, the vehicle's stock, so it could be just bad gas. I don't know how long this car was sitting at the dealership. We haven't put any gas in it, so it might be fuel. We'll go ahead and put a scanner to it and just make sure that everything looks good. And then if the fuel trims are off, we'll go ahead and put some fresh fuel in for the customer, and then we'll just make sure it's good to go. What do we got over here? We actually have Steve working on another SRT. This one had blew the motor, stock. This one blew the motor stock. Customer brought it to us. We put a stock engine in it probably about like 8 months ago now. So it's back to us for system 2 lean. We pulled the spark plug showed that the system's running too rich. So we also smoke tested it, and right now we're gonna do a fuel pressure tester on it and see what's going on with it, and go from there. What do we got going on here?
So right here, this car came in for a diagnostic. It has random misfire, P0300 and a P0174, which is fuel system 2.1 lean. So I took off my first diagnostic step was smoke test. I put the smoke tester in here and checked for any leaks. Obviously the smoke has to find a way out, so it started coming out from here. But it's normal because right here it looks like this part of the air filter cover is fucked up. So it was coming out through here, but there's no leaks in the intake or nothing like that. So my second step was checking spark plugs. This side here, bank 2, all the spark plugs at the tip, they were all burnt up. So it looks like that side is running rich. Took these out, and they were basically clear. They were clear coated, like there was nothing going on. So this side is running lean. So my second step after that was to diagnose the injectors. You know, upon taking off the injector rail, the fuel injector rails, the ports of where the injectors sit, they were like covered in gunk. So I tested all the injectors, and all the injectors came out good. So right now what I did was check for fuel pressure. Specs say that fuel pressure for this car has to be within 58 and 68 psi. So Ben helped me out, and I cranked it, and it reached 60. So it's showing good fuel pressure. So now my next step is to check the map sensor. Replace it with another map sensor and clear codes, and then check to see which one's misfiring or if the codes come back on.
Okay.
Sir.
Sounds good. So we got a little diagnostic on here going on. So like I said, we'll see what's going on with it and see what the outcome is on that. And then we do got a red-eye motor that's going to be going into a Trackhawk that we have Juan here building. So this is a red-eye motor that the customer wanted to go ahead and authorize to put in. This red-eye motor has about, I think it was like 6,000 miles on it. So customer went for a stroker motor. So it's a win-win for the customer. He gets a red-eye motor for his Trackhawk that only has 6,000 miles on it. So yeah, we'll see what else we get into today. All right, guys, so we got this Hellcat Challenger red eye here. So Melvin's checking the sending unit right now. I think it's throwing the service sending unit. So we have him checking that. So Melvin, what do you got to do? Take the whole housing out?
Yeah, first you gotta remove the little hat on top of the fuel pump assembly, and then from there remove the bolts. And then I gotta see what's wrong with the sending unit. And sometimes like the wires from the fuel pump, they get like in the same way where the sensor, and it doesn't let the sensor go all the way up. So that's the most common thing. But we're gonna see right now and see, is that maybe the sensor, you know? Who knows? But first thing we gotta see that, and then from there we see if the sensor, we're gonna replace it.
So what do you got going on here? Oh. Taking the thing in on the secondary?
Yeah, so we installed the primary on it, and primary shows from empty to half tank. Secondary shows obviously from half to full. So customer states that when we installed it, it must have got damaged or whatnot, but it's the other one that's not working, so it's not always us. So yeah, we're testing it with a good secondary that we had, and if it works right, then we're Gucci. And just sell the customer a secondary sending unit. Perfect.
All right, guys, so we got Steven here working on a red eye. He's doing the front pad, so the customer came in for some front pad replacements here. So we have those being replaced with the Mopar pads from the OEM manufacturer. So do just the front pads. He had already did the rear rotors and pads. The customer now wants the front done. as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. And all right, guys, so this last vehicle we have for the day is going to be this Charger, a Hellcat that's in for a IGLA anti-theft system. But yeah, it pretty sums up the video here at Full Blown Performance. We'll catch you on the next one.